Really don't like this new home, huh?
Hey, Dad.
Hey, where's your mom? She leave? She mad?
She was in a hurry. She said you left some things from the move.
I think the father daughter element was really beautifully spun throughout. The father and the daughter actors have great chemistry, great comedic moments, and a really strong sense of the story. They both seem very grounded and very believable. I love the soccer metaphor and how it becomes clearer and cleaner throughout. The ways in which the game is used as a way for the little girl to use as an emotional outlet, and her dad's rejection of that is really clear. And the more that we dive deeper into the story, the more the metaphor becomes even cleaner. And you really start to fall in love with their dynamic and root for them to find common ground, and they do. I thought that the continuing motif of the pre-game, post-game, the checklist, all those things fit together really well, very clean. You could tell exactly where and when this was happening for these two. The emotional arc uh, um, was consistent throughout, with a lot of great comedic moments. And the cinematography was so beautiful, so clean. There's so many great dual shots of the two of them, either in the foreground or the background, or an inventive split screen when she's filming the pregame show on the porch. All of those things really work together to create a team dynamic for the two of them to juxtapose like the team that they were rooting for. So yeah, very cute. I think it's very endearing and almost inspirational as you watch this father-daughter role sort of play out within the confines of the game. All of those things came through really clearly and rung really true, for somebody who like has gone through parent separation. Like all those things felt very true to life.
I thought it was fun. I thought it was exuberant. I thought it was lighthearted. Um, I really loved the relationship between the father and the daughter. I thought it was really sweet. Really enjoyed watching that. This film gets into the story right away, and from there just has tons of energy right to the end. It has great comedy writing, really creative camera angles, very endearing characters. One thing I thought this movie did really well was capturing the beats. You can just really follow along emotionally from start to finish. And I love how it combines sweet and lighthearted moments with emotional and sentimental moments. Yeah, overall, I thought this movie had a ton of heart.
The entire film had a great pace to it. There were a lot of very funny moments. There were a lot of very heartfelt moments. There was some really, really cool chemistry between father and daughter. And I believed them. I believed that they could have been family members. There were genuinely funny moments in this. The score for this was great because it mirrored the emotions that were going on in the film. There were moments musically that were comical, and then there were moments musically that were very tender and very sweet. And that's what you found in this film. I thought that the filmmakers did an astounding job with it.
I love this film. I thought it was so touching and so wonderfully written. Just very well acted, great casting, music, editing, directing. Everything about this was so good. I really love the underlying message about divorce because I think it was a parallel story, kind of about wasn't the nail wasn't being hit on the head about the divorce part of it. It was more about the game, the match day, and the lessons he was teaching her through that were really the underlying lesson was about the divorce, and it was very nice, just very nice and creative. I especially loved the end where they came back around and did the video together at the end. That was so great. I love how the little girl's just looking up at him smiling, and And he's talking about that this is really when things don't go your way, it's a learning moment, a learning lesson, because life isn't perfect. It's not always going to go your way and how you want it to go. And just the music at the end, and that it's a learning moment, and in that it's life is like a team, and to kind of parallel it with something that she was into so that she could understand was super cool and super creative on the writer's part. I just thought this was really well done.
The filmmakers did a really good job of kind of very slowly introducing this theme of dealing with divorce and kind of broken families and how parents and kids should be able to communicate through things like that. But for a while, I was kind of left wondering what exactly was going to happen, as at first it kind of felt like it was very much focused on the um the soccer game. Um but I think it was really well done, and I think despite being short, it packed a punch, and I liked how it really ended on a positive note.
How they approached the entire thing with starting from the kind of introduction. Obviously, this is a recently separated man from his wife, and this is his daughter visiting for the first time, and getting to kind of go through what very obviously like is her routine, or used to be their shared routine, and go through the different kind of phases and steps with it, and really seeing and learning how much everything else is kind of invaded, how real life is invaded. And you have this idea for like, oh, a match day with like these kind of fun little pre-game rituals, and then the match was just completely out of your control as a fan. Doesn't go the way you want it to. And when you're a little kid, it's kind of hard to accept that. And seeing how he navigated that, I thought was really brilliant. And the kind of conversation that they had, I thought was really mature and really great. And it goes to show you that you don't have to not tell your kids things. You can really just be honest with them and be open with them and explain it to them in a real way. And I really loved it. I thought it was a great film. I thought it was a great message.
It's sweet and good look at like both father-daughter relationship and also the superstition and like of sports fandom. And I think it's a very sweet and relatable story to a lot of people. And I think it's very well done, and the both actors do a very good job.